My best friend, Dave, convinced me to download the best app out right now, TikTok. Honestly, I would have never downloaded the app if it weren't for him, as I'm not a huge fan of social networking or apps like that, but his incessant harassment got too annoying to ignore, so I got it for myself. I would check it out from time to time, mainly to watch the absurd and dumb humor on there that Dave would send me, but it wasn't anything special. Just the usual challenge that was making the rounds on social media at the time, or some young 20-somethings doing some childish and relatable skits. Regardless, I humored my friend because if I didn't, he'd send me dozens of video links at a time. Anyway, I was bored one day at work and had some time to kill, so I decided to scroll through my TikTok feed for anything even remotely entertaining. I'd been scrolling for a good 5 minutes before I paused and looked quizzically at one video in particular. The clip itself was of a man wearing a brown tunic and had a pig mask that covered his face, except for his oddly pointed beard. He was sitting on a wooden chair in the middle of an empty pearl-white room and was making weird, non-repetitive, and unsynchronized hand movements. Needless to say, it creeped the hell out of me watching some guy speaking in a demonic form of sign language. Still, it was pretty original content compared to what I had been seeing, so it was a disturbing breath of fresh air. I checked the name of the video creator, and it was listed as Diomend, and I followed his account. Later that day, I mentioned to Dave about the video and told him to check it out when we were eating at some diner. He stopped mid-bite into his burger and unsteadily asked me who the creator of the video was. I replied with Diomend, and panic spread across his face as he set his food down, clearly sickened by some reason by what I had told him. I asked him what the big deal was, and in a hushed voice he told me the urban legend of this video. He explained to me that Diomend's videos only reach one person at a time, a person he decides to target if they view his video and follow him. Once that is done, he will hunt down that person and take their life. I immediately called BS on Dave's story and told him I wasn't buying it. As I took a sip of some of my soda, my phone went off and I received a text from an unknown number that read, "Little pig, Diomend can't wait to meet his new friend. Don't hide or I'll blow your house down." I nearly choked on my drink and showed Dave the message. He yelled out several expletives before telling me to call the police, otherwise I'd end up in a ditch. While I still couldn't believe that this was an actual threat, I still called the police and told them where I was and told them that someone might be trying to kill me. Dave and I decided to stay in the diner until the cops arrived. When they did, they agreed to at least walk us to my car. But right before we reached it, the man from the video popped up from the side of my car and squealed loudly like a pig before running straight towards me with a butcher knife in his hand. Thankfully, though, the cops reacted far quicker than Dave and I did and managed to subdue the man. He did nothing but squeal again and again as the cops arrested him for most likely attempted murder. But once in the cop car, he screamed, "You got lucky, little pig. Everyone oinks for me eventually." Needless to say, after nearly being murdered by an urban legend turned real killer, I deleted TikTok. As for Dave and me, he doesn't send me videos anymore either.